What is up, T.O.Gs? Just getting off the freeway here, riding into town. But I wanted to talk to you guys about riding today, and I have something specific in mind. So if you don't mind, I'm going to use this opportunity, if you're listening, to talk to you about riding and why I think everyone should learn to ride a motorcycle. What does that mean, that everyone should learn how to ride a motorcycle? You know, can everyone learn how to ride a motorcycle? Absolutely not. It's not going to be something that physically everyone's going to be able to do. But if you are physically able to hop on two wheels and ride a motorcycle, I think everyone should learn how to do that. Now, let me just break it down for you in 5 simple reasons. Now, the first reason I think everyone should learn how to ride a motorcycle is it's a skill. I think less and less people are getting their licenses at like the age of 16. I think a lot of kids these days wait till they're 18 or wait till they're a little bit older. I know that my daughter turned 16 about 6 months ago, and she's about ready to get hers, which is, you know, that's pretty close to her 16th birthday. And I think I was a little bit behind as well. But I remember when I was growing up, when you turn 16, you got your license. The point I'm getting at here is that it's a skill. It's a skill that I think everyone should know how to do it, just like driving a car. Now, you know, is everyone gonna own a motorcycle? No, but I think that there are enough vehicles out there now, as far as electric bikes, scooters, mopeds, that require the skill of learning how to shift, or at least knowing how to roll on that throttle and balance on two wheels. Now, is this realistic that everyone's going to learn how to ride? No. I mean, not everyone even knows how to ride a bicycle, and I think that skill probably is diminishing a little bit as well, as far as kind of everyone knowing how to do it. But, you know, it's a different day and age. So let's talk about reason number 2, that everyone should learn how to ride a motorcycle. The second reason I think everyone should learn how to ride a motorcycle is that it opens up your options. Now, if you live in an urban area, when I say urban area, you live in a place where, you know, there's lots of buildings close by. I think the biggest thing I'm talking about when you're living in an urban area is that things are mostly within walking distance. There aren't a lot of cars on the road. People ride bicycles, people walk to places. If you want to own a vehicle in an urban area, it's hard because it's hard to find parking. Parking costs a lot, especially if you live in a place like San Francisco, where you're not just... If you live in a place like San Francisco or New York or LA in the inner city, you know, parking is scarce. So you might not, even if you wanted to have a car and you wanted to have a place to park, you're probably going to have to pay to store it somewhere in your building or pay for your parking spot. So again, when you have a motorcycle that opens up your options, it's easier to store a motorcycle than it is a car. It's easier to park a motorcycle in really urban and big city areas. This is one thing. And another thing is, you know, if you live in a rural area, such as the one that I'm riding around in right now, you know, you can get yourself a nice dual sport, and, you know, it opens up. You know, you might take your bike to work, and then afterwards find yourself on one of these roads where you can go off-road a little bit and have some fun. It's just another thing, and like I said, it's just something that opens up your options for not just for recreation, but also for commuting. So that's reason number 2. Reason number 3, everyone should learn how to ride a motorcycle, is along the same lines as reason number 2, and that is it's cheaper to own a bike than it is to own a car. You know, bikes are cheaper than buying a car. Insurance can be more expensive, but if it depends on how old you are, obviously. It depends on your driving record, and it depends on what kind of bike you get. You know, all of these things add up, but generally speaking, it's cheaper to own a bike than it is to own a car. You know, gas mileage is way better when you fill up your tank, which is going to be more often. But relatively, it's not that much more often than you would if you were commuting on a bike. And then if you were riding in a car, it's not all that much more often on your motorcycle, and you're only going to spend about, $10-15 at the pump to fill up your tank. Again, depending on the size of your tank and depending on the gas mileage that your motorcycle gets. But generally speaking, it is cheaper to own a motorcycle than it is to own a car. Item number 4 on this list of reasons that everyone should learn how to ride a motorcycle. And reason number 4 is it opens up yourself to a whole community of people. It's incredible. Really, being part of the motorcycle riding community is such a treat. It's something really, I don't think I actually considered when I first thought about riding a motorcycle was the community that it opens yourself up to. And it's really incredible, being a part of the riding community. I was watching Kari's channel recently. She was interviewing Amanda Zitto of As the Magpie Flies. Check out both of their channels. I'll put them in the description. They're talking about how, situations where you can be pulled over and people, whether they ride or not, or whether they're on their bike or not, will stop to help out. And this is one of those things where how often do you see people pulled over in cars just sitting there waiting? It is so uncommon for me to see someone pulled over on the side of the road on their motorcycle and not seeing someone there with them, because it's such a tight-knit group, and it's really an incredible group of people. And again, like I said, it's something maybe that you didn't consider, or maybe you haven't considered if you're thinking about riding a motorcycle, that you might become a part of should you choose to ride. The last thing about riding a motorcycle that I think everyone should ride is that it is fun. It is just fun to ride a motorcycle. I don't think there's any, I've had 5 different motorcycles now, and I've never been in a situation where, my bike's not fun, or I'm not having fun while I'm riding. Now, on a 100-degree day in the summer, where I've got all my gear on and I'm waiting at a stoplight, I might have something else to say about whether or not I'm having fun. But once you get going, there's no feeling like it. It is exhilarating. It gets your heart rate going, and it's a blast. So those are my 5 reasons why I think everyone should ride a motorcycle. Some of those reasons may not be a reason, just a reason why everyone should ride. And I'll default this last thing to not being a reason, but just to say that I think it would be great. The more the merrier. Also, the more people we have out on the road, the more people become aware of riders. Utah just passed a law, and it's going to go into effect soon. I don't know the exact date, but I'm sure I'll post it up here for you. But Utah just passed the law where people can lane filter in Utah. And I think that's great. I really do. The thing that worries me is if they haven't also made a law for wearing a helmet, because that's not a law in Utah, and it's always just weird for me when I ride when I drive around Utah and I see people riding around without helmets on. But if they haven't also made helmet wearing a law, then yeah, lane filtering and then not wearing a helmet. Anyway, it worries me a little bit, but the more people that are out there, the more aware people will be. The reason why I brought up Utah and lane filtering is that drivers in Utah are going to have to get used to motorcycles cutting in and out of traffic. Now, some of them do it already, yeah, but the more riders that are out there, the more aware people will become, and that's just good for everybody. Alright guys, that is all I've got to say on this subject. I don't do this enough, but I just wanted to take a second just to thank all of you who watch my videos, and all of you who hit that like button and who have subscribed to my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you like this video though, make sure you hit that like button, which is the thumbs up down there, and if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. Guys, if you're out there riding, be safe, and if you're not riding, get riding. I'm that one guy, and I am out.